Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dynasty's Racing League's DRL TV. Tonight, I'm your host, David Wellborn, and joining me in the booth tonight, as usual, is Rod Fossenow. How we doing tonight, Rod?
Doing well, Dave. Good evening, everybody.
Well, gonna be an exciting race here tonight, I believe. Rockingham, I think we got, 18, we got about 20 drivers here tonight. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun and interesting here, with this new package that we got coming here at Rockingham.
Yeah, 175 laps. We're going to be in for about 2 hours worth of racing, beating and banging short track stuff.
Well, one thing about it, this track is a self-cleaning track, which means you will be washing all the way down to the bottom of the track. So when there's a wreck, you want to really try to stay high. Current air temperature is 78 degrees. Track temperature for qualifying is at 109. Uh, Kind of a little slick, but we got some partly cloudy out there, so we might get a little grip here later on. Let's see if we can find somebody on track. Ooh, look at there. Here's the 31 car. That'd be Jordan Berry out for his qualifying run. Let's take a ride with him, see what happens with him. Now, who's your pick for the night? Don't say Eric Wolf.
Well, that should be everybody's pick. I've been watching Lorello. He's outside the top 20 in points. He missed a few races earlier back, and he's got to get himself a win and inside the top 20 to qualify for the playoffs. So I think Lorello's got something to prove tonight.
Thought Lorillo got a win.
No, I just checked it before the race started. I did not
That's right.
see Lorello with a win.
No, he come in second. That's right. Almost got him a win. That's okay. Plenty more tracks coming up that I know Lorillo is really good at. And we'd like to see Mr. Hesgard get back up in here and do some racing, but found out that he's got some work scheduling issues going on, so I wish he would be able to get back in here. But, hey, duty calls first. You got to work first, right?
Got to pay them bills.
Yes, sir, and he's probably like one of the essential personnel. I'm not sure exactly what he does for a living, but if he's working, thank God. There's a lot of people in this country that aren't. Let's see, James Lorillo so far on the pole. My pick, hey, you know why I told you not to pick Eric Wolf, right?
That's who you're going to pick?
Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, it's a toss up between Mr. Dick, Kevin Dick, and Eric Wolf. But I'm still gonna go with Eric Wolf. And he's second, and Kevin Dick's third. So gonna be an interesting race. The three drivers that I feel is gonna have a really good shot at it are 1, 2, and 3. You can't count out Ben Izinga either. How about old JP up there in the 6th position so far?
Right now on the speed chart, the top 5 are all within a few tenths of each other. Not tenths, hundredths of each other.
Yeah, hundredths of a second. Yeah. That's just crazy. Well,
Well, this is a track that chews up tires too, so this is going to be who can drive a smooth line and save those tires if we get long green flag runs.
let off early, roll through the curve, and get back on it as quickly as possible. That's the secret to Rockingham, and to always go high when you see a wreck. Go high, because this is a self-cleaning track. Much like Bristol, it's doesn't quite have the serious baking as Bristol, but it will definitely wash the cars to the bottom of the track. And you got to be careful with the coming off of these turns, especially coming off of turn 4. That car will wash right up into the outside wall, and as I always say, it is not your friend, especially if you're in a race car. Well, it looks like the final 6 drivers are going to elect to qualify dead last. I believe that's what's going on, if they even qualifying at all. I don't see them on the track. Where is everybody? Thomas Harmon, I know he's waiting on the end. How about the 67, Matt Burgess? What's he doing? Is he doing the same thing? He is. And
Yep, they're just hanging out the start-finish line.
Now I wonder why when I was doing that earlier, I couldn't get any. Oh, what has Evan Rice done?
I keep looking, Dave, and I can't find it anywhere, but it seems to me that the banking in 1 and 2 isn't quite as steep as the banking in 3 and 4. Is that correct?
That is correct. It's two different bankings and two different distances. Actually, 1 and 2 is a little bit shorter than 3 and 4.
Because I know the car tends to push a ton in 1 and 2, and it's nice and loose and hooks right around 3 and 4.
Yeah, and that's why the car will roll up on you. The farther you go into this race, it will. It's almost like it gets looser and tighter at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. It's just that for me, the back end wants to step out on me the farther I go, but it also doesn't want to quite turn as well. Does that make any sense?
Oh, absolutely.
Alrighty, let's see if we can't get this grid going through. And Rockingham's one of my favorite tracks, believe it or not. Just wish that the trucks was racing there this week. I believe we are going to be at Chicagoland this week.
I think it's Richmond.
Yeah, it is Richmond. That's right. We did Chicagoland the other week, did we not? I don't know. Anyway, let's get the grid going. As soon as I find it. Got Lorillo on the pole. Eric Wolf starting second. Kevin Dick third. Mike Springer fourth. Ben Izinga fifth. Mike Lemon sixth. Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Casey Drake. James Pandolph in the top 10. Jordan Berry makes it to the 10th. Dustin Musial 11th. Bill Edwards 12th. Eric Heater 13th. Matt Vanderkoy 14th. Matt Burgess 15th. And somehow I knew it was going to do that. So
Joshua Durham 16, Thomas Harmon 17, Evan Rice 18, and rounding out the field, James Lindau in the 19th.
And that'll do it. Alrighty, let's get this grid off of here. Cars are moving on the track, and we are set to go green flag racing here at Rockingham for the 175. So we're going to be running a little bit more than 175 miles here tonight, but still, this is just barely over 1 mile racetrack. They call it the Monster Mile anyway, and it is a handful. So the lights are out. The cars are coming down. Pace's car is heading into pit road. How about that old 10 car?
Green, green, green.
The green flag is out. And we are now away here at Rockingham. And your boy, James Lorillo, your pick, got a really good jump. Eric Wolf not far behind him. See if I can't get a.
Wow, they pretty much settled into single file already.
Yeah, and I'm having some camera issues. None of my cameras are doing what I want them to do right now, so let's see if I can find something that's interesting. Well, that's not a camera issue. Won't.
Wow, if you're outside the top 10, you're already 4 seconds back from Lorillo. He's putting the hammer into it already.
Yeah, he is. Definitely getting the job done here tonight. 3 laps in, and he is pulling away. Looks like Dick Wolf. Wow, I watched way too much Law and Order. Looks like Kevin Dick has finally got to the back end of Eric Wolf. And actually maybe trying to make a move. He is looking. Oh, don't push up too hard there. You got to watch that coming off right there. Coming off before, you will slam that outside wall. It kind of just sneaks up on you. But, you know, far for the course here at Rockingham, if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe that we've had somebody win this thing from the pole here at Dynasty Racing League. It always seems to have something happen. Here goes Wolf.
Dick looking to the inside.
And he just gives it right up. Eric just tap the brake and let him go. Either that or he dive bombed him one and was not comfortable. Either way, Wolf did tap the brakes and let him check on out for it. Mike Springer coming up. To jump back here a little bit, we got Ben Izinga running in 5th, and Mike Lemon right hard on his back door. Jump back a little bit further, we got Taylor Butcher Benjamin and the 87 of Casey Drake. Jay's Fandoff in that mix as well. And then we go all the way back to this battle here between Eric Heater and Dustin Musial, and this is for 10th. Yeah, we got Joshua Durham and Matt Vanderkoy and Matt Burgess back here in the 15th, 16th, and 17th positions. Bill Edwards running dead last. I'm not sure what's up with that.
Yeah, I was just looking at Bill, and you know, he started 12th on the grid and has dropped back to 18. I don't know if that's strategy or if he's just got an issue with this track.
And James Lindahl was not able to start this race, so we only have 18 drivers in this field. As we're back up front with the leaders, James Lorillo is doing an awesome job here, but he's got a snap-on 10 car hard on his tail, and he has been gaining ever slightly so much. So, you know, Kevin Dick might do a sneaky peek here. There he goes. He's looking underneath him. He's under him. And he completes that pass. See if old crossover move comes into play. Nope.
And these two are pretty much checking out from the rest of the field.
Yes, they are. They are 1.2 seconds ahead of Eric Wolf. And I was just kind of looking at our point standings. If you're in the red, if your car number is red, that you're a rookie. And I don't see Kevin Dick in. I hope, yeah, I got the right one installed, so I don't even see him in the top 20 in points, but he does have a win, does he not?
Yes, he does. I show him in the 27 spot.
Okay.
But he does have a win, so a few more spots and he's qualifying for the playoff.
Well, he's already qualified for the playoff. He just got to maintain the 80% mark.
And you have to be in the top 20 as well.
Nope. As long as he's got a win and he's completed 80%. That's what.
I'd say Mr. Dick's probably good to go then.
That's why I'm hoping to get a win here at Talladega next week. I try to maintain this 80% mark and get in here at Talladega. I'm going to win that sucker. I have got to win a race here in DRL before it is over with.
I'll tell you what, the way my season's been going, I'd just be happy to finish.
Yeah, I know that's right. You know, actually, I can't complain too much. Last year, it seemed like I could find an accident. They didn't make a crap where it was at on the track. I found it. And, you know, knock on wood so far, I think I've only been in a couple of accidents this year. Believe it or not, last week I ran and finished that race with a 0X. Didn't even touch the wall or anything. Didn't even run off the grass. I did, however, make an unsafe fit entry and cost me a 12th position finish. Ended up finishing 25th as usual, but hey, what are you going to do? What just happened? I'm watching Larillo, and he is definitely losing ground to Mr. Kevin Dick. I don't see any damage to his car, so jump back here. And that's a battle for third and fourth here with Mike Springer and Eric Wolf. These two are kind of keeping time with each other. They don't really... let's see. 11th. Oh, Thomas Harmon just made the move on the 11 of Eric Heater. And they are coming up on James Pandolf.
And Harmon and Rice both started shotgun on the field. They started last row. And Harmon, you know, as he's shown every week, is marching right up through the field, coming to the front.
Well, this is the kind of a track that I don't mind doing that. As long as you can maintain and don't burn your tires up too much. And you know these leaders up front, they're burning their tires up. To maintaining that's kind of a pace. Jordan Berry on pit road. Not sure what's going on with him. And I believe he left. Did he leave?
Yeah, he took it to the garage.
Not sure. Let's see if we can't rewind and find out what happened to Mr. Berry.
I'm watching it right now, and I'm not seeing anything.
I've rewound it like 3 or 4 laps. You know, he may have had a family emergency. Because he just comes down pit road for no reason. He does blink out there. But he still continues for 3 or 4 more laps. So, not really sure what happened there with him. You know, sometimes you have to do that. Just come out, run a couple laps. Something happens at the house, family, wife, kids. You never know what happens. Dog.
Yeah, he does have some really, you know, light right front damage, but nothing that I would think would cause anybody to just pull in and exit like that. And he didn't even pull all the way to his pit stop. He just pulled into the
pit road and exited out. Yeah. That makes me think that something happened at his house, you know, that forced him to have to stop racing for whatever reason. They are getting ready to start lapping traffic, ladies and gentlemen. And it doesn't take long here at Rockingham to do that. Your leader is Kevin Dick, followed by James Larillo, Eric Wolf, Mike Springer, Taylor Butcher Benjamin up to 5th, Mike Lemon, Ben Izinga, Evan Rice, Thomas Harmon now in 9th, and James Pandolf rounds out our top 10 as they are putting Matthew Vanderkoy a lap down. Vanderkoy all the way down at the bottom of the track, trying to give him as much room as possible. Slides right in between them. Not sure.
Boy, that's scary if I'm James Larillo.
I'm scary if it's both. It's scary for both of them.
Oh, Vanderkoy's into the wall.
It looks to me like he's just trying to get out of everybody's way. And he's going to have Eric Wolf and Mike Springer coming up on him here real quick. He took a lot of damage there to that right fender. Now he's coming down pit road. 30 laps in. This not a scheduled pit stop. Not by any means. I would think that you could run at least 50, 55
he's not
laps.
even coming down pit road. He just rode the apron through 3 and 4.
Wow. I did a Bristol race like that one time. Wasn't here in Dynasty Racing League. It was a couple of years, probably about 8 or 9 years ago. I used to run in a league, and I couldn't even get the car. There, he's in the wall again.
Wow, he bounced it again. His tires are shot. He's overdriven it, and now this time he's coming to pit road.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Actually, it looks like he might be parking it. He's just parking it.
Yep. Wow. As I was saying, I couldn't even get the car off the apron. Every time I get it up off the track, get it onto the track, that car would spin out. So I ended up running 250 laps on the bottom of Bristol Motor Speedway.
Vanderkoy took it to the garage. He's done for the evening.
Larillo back around Kevin Dick. Don't know when that happened.
I'm just wondering if since this is a track that isn't run very often, I'm wondering how much practice time some of these guys have at this track.
I don't know. Wasn't it up this week for in the regular season for iRacing regulars? You know what I'm saying? Wasn't you?
Yeah, I'm checking on that. I'm not sure because I don't run the Xfinity cars.
But it wouldn't be under it. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would.
Yes, it was up this past week
Okay.
under official races.
Okay. Like I said, this is one of my favorite tracks. I mean, I like Rockingham. Well, Larillo is pulling away. I'm not sure what happened to Kevin, but he has definitely lost a lot of ground as Larillo retook the lead. And now he's got Eric Wolf all over the back end of him. Just wondering if Kevin's actually burnt that right front tire up.
Yeah, the car looks clean, so I don't think he's done any damage to it. He might have just, like I said, pre-race, this is a track that will absolutely chew up your tire.
Well, he just lost more ground to Eric Wolf, and Springer is not far behind. And the more you got a back pedal coming off of 4, the more ground you're going to lose. That's for sure.
Well, certainly I would think pit stops are going to be
within the next
for tires
7
instead of fuel.
Yeah, I imagine anywhere between 40 and 50 laps is going to be our mark for tires.
Yeah, tires are going to dictate when you pit, not needing fuel, because I would guess a fuel load here would probably be 60 to 70 laps. They're going to want tires long before.
Well, if I'm the leader, I'm going to stay out until everybody cycles. Just because I know how Rockingham plays. And like I said earlier, they were practicing green flag pit stops during practice. So they apparently feel that this race may actually go green. And if that's the case, it may turn out to be a fuel mileage race. Really, I don't know what the actual fuel mileage is. But if that's the case, I mean, you're looking at least, what, 2? If not 3 pit stops? 75
I'd
and
put my
75.
money on 3 stops.
Yeah, who was that just coming down pit road? Was that, James Pandolf? James Pandolf is on the apron. And he's going really slow. He looked like he might have made some contact with the wall. He made contact with the inside fence there. What is going on with JP? I think everybody is definitely, like you say, looking for tires and needing them pretty bad. Mike Springer finally gets around Kevin Dick and has made it up into the 3rd position. Looks like James Pendolph has elected to come down pit road this time after bouncing off the outside and now on the inside fence. So I bet old Ben Izinga finally made it up here into the mix of things. Slowly but surely he's run these gentlemen down. James Larillo, very comfortable lead. With a 1.6 second lead over the top of Eric Wolf as we complete lap 45.
Oh, yeah. I just watched JP, and he was just trying to stay out of everybody's way, and it gave it some gas with his rights on the track and his lefts on the apron. It just shot him a little bit to the left.
Yeah, that'll do it. There's definitely 2 different bankings there. And most of the time it will shoot you to the inside. As Eric Heater finally comes down pit road. James Pandolph getting some of that damage fixed. So I'm going to assume that green flag pit stops will be taking place between now and the next 5 laps.
Yeah, Heater gets him 4 fresh Goodyears.
Let's see, 50 and 50, that's 100, and then you got to run 75. That's not going to work, so that'd be 3. And I know how Larillo likes to stretch his fuel out. So if Larillo can make it 60 to 63 laps, he may try to do this on 2 stops.
Well, and Kevin Dick's about to fall to Thomas Harmon's clutches.
He don't fail. Harmon done got him around.
Too late. Already got him.
Done got her done. Harmon ain't backing out of this thing. He started what? Dead last?
Dead last. Just like Harmon does. Last row. He started 17 of 18.
And he is currently in the 5th position.
And he's about to pass Springer.
And and so that's only putting him, 10 seconds off the back end of James Larillo. Am I looking at my timing screen right?
Not even. It's
8.
less than 9.
Yeah, 8 seconds. And he makes the pass to Springer. JP back out with 4 fresh tires. Couple of laps down, he gonna feel like Superman. Eric Wolf finally caught the back end of Lorillo once again. As everything cycles back through, as far as tires are concerned, haven't quite got through our cycle of pit stops just yet. Let's see if I'm looking at this correctly. They have the top 13 are out there for 52 laps, working lap 53. Eric here on pit road, been on there for quite some time. Getting looks like he's getting a little bit of damage fixed as well, or he may be actually held for a unsafe pit entry or something.
Maybe a speeding on pit road.
He's definitely being held. I don't even see any damage to his vehicle. He got very little damage to his vehicle. So, not sure what happened there with him. Taylor Butcher Benjamin down pit road. Casey Drake leaving pit road. We're back up front with James Lorillo, Eric Wolf. Take a look. Harmon got his sights set on that third place driver, Ben Izinga. Got a ways to go to get to him, but still working it. Eric Wolf all over the back end of James Lorillo. I mean, the closing rate right there was just phenomenal. And that's something else we haven't talked about here. The closing rate is really, really fast here at Dover International Speedway.
Well, that's different driver styles playing into that too. I think Lorillo's backing up his corner quite a bit more than Eric Wolf is, and that's causing Wolf to really close on him. And then Lorillo's getting a little bit better run off of the corners.
Kevin Dick down pit road, setting the pace here for our leaders. The top three, one of the top 5 drivers that are the fastest out here, finally comes down pit road. And you're going to go about 2 laps down here under green flag pit stops. And that's if you don't try to fix anything. That's just getting fuel and tires. Kevin Dick down and away at a 14.34 seconds pit stop. And it does put him 2 laps down. So once everything cycles through, he should be fine. 60, we're working lap 60, so I imagine. Oh, Lorillo into the wall. He scuffed up the paint a little bit, but I think that's about all he done. Eric Wolf back into the lead. Lorillo down pit road. Not going to take that chance. Going to come in and get his tires. Probably tap that fender out just a little bit. I would. Don't think it's that bad of a damage.
Actually, I don't see anything at all. I don't see any creases or anything.
They don't either. But he definitely brushed the wall for sure. So Evan Rice down pit road.
Yeah, he's got some scrapes around the right rear, but that's the only damage Lorillo has.
Eric here gets back around Eric Wolf for one of his 8 laps back.
4 fresh for Lorillo, and he's off.
Pit stops are starting to cycle through. We only have Eric Wolf, Mike Lemon, Mike Springer, Matt Burgess, and Bill Edwards are the only drivers that have not come down pit road as of right now. 65 laps run so far. You got to believe that you got to be coming down soon. Surely they can't go another 10 laps, and I probably wouldn't want them to. Harmon going to get one of his laps back as he makes the move to get around our leader Eric Wolf. Taylor Butcher Benjamin looking to do the same thing. He's going to try it maybe on the outside. Thinks better of it. Going to get the run.
And actually, for my money, this is hurting Eric Wolf more than anything. Everybody else has fresher tires. Everybody else is putting down faster lap times. When he comes back out, I don't think he'll be as big of an advantage as everybody else has over him right now.
Well, I'm just sitting here thinking, I mean, if you make it to lap 75 and 75 is
150.
150.
Make one more stop.
So they're going to try to, are they trying to do it for 2-stop race instead of 3? Because that's the only thing I can think about these 4 drivers trying to pull off right now. Eric Wolf, Mike Lemon, Matt Burgess, Bill Edwards, and Mike Springer. Is that Mike? No, Mike Springer's already. Is that right?
They could definitely do it in 2 stops from here.
All right, Mike Springer's finally down. Mike Springer's finally down pit road, so we still got 4 drivers sticking it out.
Even at 70, pitting on lap 70, they can still do it with one more stop after this one.
Boy, that'd be a heck of a run there at the end, though, would it not? I mean, you're still looking at an extra 30 laps at the end if they do only one more stop.
70, 70, and 35 would get you to the end. And that last run, you'd have half the fuel load that you would for the rest of the runs.
Right. So if they're going to try the two marker, that's what they got to be, and the other guys have got to be on a three mark run.
Well, you got to be hoping for no cautions if you're going to make that work for you, because a caution throws a wrench in that plan big time.
And right now, if they were to get it, the 4 drivers that are sticking it out would be at the advantage. Especially with putting everybody. As of right now, there's only 4 cars on the lead lap. So if a yellow flag come out right now, that messes everybody up that has already pitted. And I can't believe that they're going to be out there till lap 75.
Yeah, but caution comes out right now. You've got Lorillo back to Rice that would be taking a wave around to get their 1 lap back. Oh, actually, Lorillo would get the lucky dog, and everybody else would wave around.
If they didn't come down pit road.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to worry about these other drivers that are sticking out to you. I mean, Mike Lemon, Matt Burgess, and Bill Edwards. Now, these are great drivers, don't get me wrong, but that right front tire pops. And it's been known to happen.
Happened to me at Vegas.
People didn't believe me. I told them for years that you could blow these tires. Well, I ain't never had it happen to me. Well, guess what? It still happens.
The other thing to look at here, Eric Wolf has a 21-second lead on Mike Lemon. He's actually not too far away from possibly lapping Bill Edwards.
Well, he just put Bill Edwards a lap down.
There you go. So, Edwards is now in 4th place, 1 lap down. And has not pit yet.
And now he goes around Matt Burgess. That puts him a lap down.
So without stopping, Eric Wolf is looking at possibly lapping the field.
Well, the only person he hasn't made contact with is Mike Lemon, and he's not far from it. I mean, 24 seconds.
They were both in 1 and 2 at the same time, and they're both going to be on the backstretch at the same time.
And they're running pretty much the same lap times. A 24.2 for Eric Wolf and a 24.09 for Mike Lemon. So, no, that was his last lap. Last lap, 25.3. Mike Lemon, a 26.0. So, I mean, he's still running, 7/10 faster than Mike Lemon? And I'm looking at James Larillo's time. He's now back in 3rd place. He's running a 24.6. So I mean,
Larillo's running 24.6 to Wolf's 25.3. So Larillo is faster.
Well, of course he is. He got
about
4
to
fresh
pass
tires.
him right now.
16 lap difference on his tires. 80 and 80 is 160. Wow,
A little bump.
I'm wondering if Wolf is going to try to make it to the 85 mark and do it 1 stop.
Wow, that's impressive if he does. I don't know if 85. Boy, you'd run an 85 and an 86 to get you. You got to get to 175.
Oh, contact.
So 85 and 85 won't do it. You'd have to run an 85 and a 90.
Well, that's just debating on whether or not you can make up those extra 5 laps on fuel.
And that's the real mystery to you and I is that
the fuel
we
run.
aren't sure what kind of fuel run you can run on these things.
Well, he's at 82, and it doesn't look like he's coming down pit road anytime soon. So anywhere between the 85 and 90 mark will make him a 1-stop race. I believe, because I could clutch it and save 5 laps of fuel. And I don't. Let's jump on board with him in his cockpit.
Yeah, he's downshifting too.
But he's not clutching it.
No, he is not. His fuel pressure gauge is holding pretty steady. So I don't know that he's in much fuel trouble yet. And like I said, 85 and 90 would get you to the number of laps you need to run this on 1 stop. So, realistically, if he could run 87 and 88, he's there.
Well,
so all he really needs right now is three more laps worth of fuel, and I think he's probably got that.
Dustin Musial passes him on the inside. Larillo slowly but surely gaining back up on him. He's 21 seconds, but he is on the lead lap with Eric Wolf. You got to believe that once he crosses the line next time by, he has made his bed for a one-stop race.
My question now is, how many laps does Larillo have on his tires?
He has 23.
So Wolf's going to be out there on brand new fresh tires
and running to the field.
Larillo's, 25, 26, lap old tires, and he's going to be just tearing through the field.
Yep. And with something like that, you got to worry about an accident. I mean, we already talked about the closing rate, but that closing rate triples with 25 lap difference tires. Here
And
comes
Wolf's
the Wolf
coming to pit road right now.
at lap 87. So when he crosses it, it'll be 88. He's definitely making this a one-stop race. So provided all four tires get on here, fuel completely full, no mishaps, Wolf will walk away here with a really good shot at winning this race under a fuel mileage race. Right size goes up. Left side. Down and away.
Pack that sucker full of fuel and go, baby.
14.35. Not bad stop. Not a great stop, but it's not a bad one. And he's down and away.
And Larillo just passes him.
And
So there he is back on the lead lap.
so Eric Wolf pulled that off and didn't go a lap down. He is the last car on the lead lap in 7th position. And I'm going to imagine that it's not going to take him 15 laps to make it back around this track and be on the back door of Larillo.
And the really beauty of this strategy is everybody else on the track has to stop one more time. And he's not planning on doing it.
No, but I mean, at this rate, he's back on the lead lap. So even if a yellow flag does come out, it doesn't throw a monkey wrench in his race. The only thing that would happen would be that 2 extra cars make it on the lead lap with him. If the yellow flag was to come out right now. That would put Mike Springer and Casey Drake back on the lead lap if the yellow flag come out, which would mean that Mike Springer would actually get the wave around or lucky dog. And if Casey Drake stayed out, he would get the wave around, which I don't think he would do with 38 laps on his tires.
But you also got to believe that guys like Kevin Dick and Evan Rice and TBB all are going to need to stop soon. You know, they've burned their tires up for 45, 50 laps at this point. They were some of the first guys to stop.
Yeah, well, TBB's got 37 laps on his tires. So, and they did come down pit road at like 45, almost 50. So, yeah, you got to think that maybe they stay out to 50 again, make it to the 100 lap mark, or maybe just a little bit more to try to make up the difference. But still, Eric Wolf's going to do it on a 1-stop. Some guys are going to be doing 2. But you got to think that a lot of this field is going to be doing 3-stop.
Yeah, based on when their first stop was. Maybe they're going to change their plans now. You know, you can cut that 120, 125. You know, if you stop at 50, you can cut that into 2 now and go 60 instead of 50 and stop one more time.
But how comfortable are you going to be in that car if you were coming in earlier already? Like you said, the tires get wore out here really quick. And my thinking is if I come in at lap 35 because I was needing tires, I sure as hell don't want to be out there to lap 60. I mean, that's doubling what I was doing to start with.
And Wolf should have TBB by the start-finish line possibly. He's coming now.
And that's going to slowly but surely start getting him to working his way up through this field. As Eric Wolf was the last car on the lead lap after his pit stop and making it back around James Larillo. And now he has caught the back end of Taylor Butcher Benjamin and is actually going to pass him for position right here as he goes up underneath him. So that pass has been made. And Wolf is 20 seconds off of the leader. 20.8 seconds off of the leader. And closing. See how much of a gain he made this lap. He was at 20.8.
3/10.
And he's at 20.5. So that's not bad. As we reach lap 100 of this race.
TBB's pulling off.
We spent a lot of time on Eric Wolf watching him ride around. Our leader is actually James Larillo, ladies and gentlemen. If you just started this race, as he's working his way around Joshua Durham, going to put him another lap down. That's 5 laps now for Joshua Durham as he went the 5th lap down. Larillo doing an excellent job here tonight. Second place driver, really surprise of no surprise, is Thomas Harmon. Started last and is currently riding around in second place. Menazinga, let's see, actually started this race 5th and is up to the 3rd position. And then we have Kevin Dick, started 3rd, currently riding in our 4th position. And how about old Evan Rice? Don't talk too much about him. He started 18th, and he is currently in our 5th position. So doing an awesome job here tonight as well. But then we get back to this man right here. Eric Wolf started 2nd, and is currently riding in the 6th position. But he is trying to make this a one-stop race, and that is just amazing to me.
And I know we've been, focusing on Wolf quite a bit, and apologies to anybody else out there, but all I can say about what he's trying to prove tonight is wow. I cannot even imagine trying to do what he's trying to do tonight.
Well, and I did say at the start of this race, I don't believe that anybody has started on the pole here at Rockingham in Dynasty Racing League and actually ended up winning this race. I may be wrong with that, but just my memory kind of lets me think that it's never happened before. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen here tonight, as Larillo is most likely going to end up getting passed on the closing laps of this race. Larillo is going to have to really, really push hard to make this work for him on outrunning Eric Wolf, as Eric Wolf just passed Evan Rice for that 5th position. The timing is going to be something crazy. When everything is all said and done, it's going to be really close, I believe. Speed versus fuel. That's what we're going to have here tonight. Tires versus fuel. Who's going to be faster when it comes down to the closing laps with the fuel? Taylor Butcher Benjamin going a lap down as Larillo has made it to his back end, is now making it to the inside of him to try to put him a lap down. Almost got him. Don't hit the wall. Thank you. Musel down pit road. Got to believe that's the scheduled pit stop. Lap 40. Or he's on lap 56, so yeah, on his tires. So that's definitely a scheduled pit stop from Musel. So many cars on different cycles. Bill Edwards got 18 laps on his tires, 19, along with Mike Lemon. So they've already made their stop for our second stop. 14 drivers still on the track. James Pandolf, 6 laps down, currently running a 60-lap stint. And he's getting ready to go another lap down as James Larillo is closing in on him. As soon as they get a hold of Mike, as soon as he passes Mike Lemon. Now, again, Bill Edwards is now passing James Larillo, but he does have fresh tires. Matter of fact, his tire run is on lap 21, as versus Larillo being on lap 50. So 50 lap run on for James Larillo versus a 21 lap. So that just shows you the how this is going to close up when this thing comes to an end with Eric Wolf and Larillo. Larillo's going to have the speed, but is Eric Wolf going to be out far enough to win this thing? That's going to be the question.
Well, we've got, Wolf's now within 15 seconds of the lead, and I don't know. At this point, you got to wonder, does Larillo stop now while he's still in the lead, or does he wait for Wolf to catch him?
He just tagged the outside wall. If he's a smart man, he better run this out as long as he can. Well, I'd at least wait till 10 seconds. 8-10 seconds before he gets to the back end of me. That gives me enough time to get out on pit road and get back around him.
Well, 10 seconds is going to be in a couple laps because Wolf's coming. He's about to get around Izinga.
Well, he's definitely going to be able to make it, let's see. He's going to need to make it at least to lap 60 on his tires to do it. I think if he's going to have the speed to catch Wolf, he's going to have to make it to at least lap 60, 63 on his tires. That gives him 10 more laps to go before coming down pit road for Larillo, if he's going to make the speed to pass Eric at the end. And he's got to make sure he doesn't go a lap down within that time as well. So 12 seconds, and that gap is closing. Larillo down pit road. Must have heard me talking on the radio. 55 laps on this run as he comes down pit road. Eric Wolf takes the lead over right about now. So what a race this guy's running. His bed is made. He's already in it. Oh no, JP into the wall. Thank God he didn't come down and cause a wreck. He is now down pit road. JP 68 laps on his run. That's probably why he tagged the outside wall. Now the interesting thing is to see what happens with the rest of these drivers as Matt Burgess moves into second place, a lap down. James Larillo in third, a lap down. Bill Edwards in fourth, a lap down. The whole field is lapped. Now Matt Burgess is coming. So you got to look. Matt Burgess is got fresh tires. He's 33 lap. Actually, I'm surprised. There's only a lap difference between Eric Wolf and Matt Burgess as far as tires run is concerned. But I know that Matt Burgess didn't stay out as long as Eric Wolf. I mean, he stayed out quite a bit with him.
Wow, that was close.
Here comes Larillo like a rocket.
Joshua Durham pulled off into the pit road right in front of Wolf. Yeah, Larillo will have his lap back here shortly.
Yeah, he's a-coming. But the question is he going to make a 50-lap run and make it back around him in 50 laps to win this race. Because that's what it's going to boil down to.
Yeah, he's got to pass him twice to actually win this race.
So if he passes him with a 50-lap run, which is probably what's going to happen here on 123, 124, that'll give him a 50 to 51 lap run to make it back around Wolf. And he shoots up underneath him. Not going to be too much of a contestant right there, or a contest. Wolf lets him go.
There's no reason to fight it at that point. You've got a whole lap on him.
So Larillo has 51 laps to try to get back around for the win. Can it be done? Possible, as Larillo has only 6 laps on his tires. And Wolf has 36. And Burgess actually, if I'm not mistaken, stayed out an extra 2 laps longer than Wolf did he not?
I do not know, Dave.
I know that him and Lemon were on the same schedule with Wolf. Excuse me. To try to pull off one stop. But I thought they all came in earlier than Eric did. But somehow there are only a couple laps difference. Matt Burgess is 2 laps older than Eric Wolf, so I'm not sure how I wasn't really paying attention. Well, we know he's got the fuel. Is he going to have the tires to keep up this run here? Let's see if we can't find something going on. 7th place, Mike Lemon, 30. Kevin Dick doing an awesome job here tonight. In 7th position. Coming up on the back end of Bill Edwards. This is going to be a passport position. Makes it look easy. Of course, it should be with 20 lap different tires. Kevin Dick with 11 laps on his tires. Bill Edwards with 39. So Kevin's making a run to, I guess, to at least try to get back on the lead lap here and finish this thing on the lead lap. So, with Eric Wolf making a really good run here tonight, Larillo, this is the story. Is he going to have enough tires to make it? He is coming. He's already 20 seconds. So he's cut 5 seconds off of the lead of Eric Wolf. And that's within 6 laps. If that keeps up, it's going to be really, really close.
Actually, if that keeps up, I don't even think it's going to be close. I think Larillo's going to just power right past him.
Yeah. I've never been good at math, but he's close 2 seconds within that lap. I mean, that's the full 2 seconds, not 2/10, 2 seconds.
Which, at that rate, in 9 laps, he'll be at his back bumper.
And Larillo is on the lead lap.
Now, the other question will be, we know Eric Wolf is trying to save his stuff. Is he saving it enough that Larillo's burning his stuff up trying to get to him?
Possibly. I've seen Eric Wolf pull some stuff in a race car before, but if he pulls this off, it is going to be, wow. That's the only thing I can say. But then again, Larillo, he started this race on the pole, did he not? Yeah, he did. He was.
Yes, he did.
So I mean, there's two things going on here. A driver starting it on the pole and winning it here at DRL, which I'm pretty sure has never happened before. And then Eric Wolf trying to pull off a one-stopper. And to try to do it without getting caught up in an accident or having an accident happen. Because at this point, if an accident does come out, everything that you fought for is out the window. It would put Thomas Harmon back on the lead lap. Or is he on the lead lap?
Tell you what, I've been riding
Harmon is
on board
on the lead lap.
cockpit view with both of these guys, and Larillo's got a ton of tire noise. He is really pushing this thing to try and catch up to him.
But he's not only doing that, but he's catching him pretty fast. Eric Wolf just riding around. He's letting these drivers go. Harmon is back on the lead lap as well. But he is nowhere near Larillo. And they are running the same lap tires. Larillo 20, Thomas Harmon 21. So three cars on the lead lap. And that's James Larillo, Eric Wolf, and the guy who started dead last, Thomas Harmon. And Harmon's coming as well. I mean, he was, 22 seconds back, and now he's down to 20. Larillo 13 seconds. He may just catch him before he makes it to lap 160.
And Eric Wolf has the benefit of, I believe it's 4 wins under his belt to try something like this.
Well, you said every other week, did you not?
That's what I said.
Did he win last week?
Don't believe he did.
Well, he's trying for 3 in a row then, right?
Actually, I know he didn't win last week. They didn't even run last week.
Well, you know what I mean. He ran the last race. He won the last race.
Yeah, I believe
And he won
did.
the race before that.
Yeah, this would be 3 in a row for the 24.
Yeah. So, wow. I mean, this... I need to get a t-shirt that says DRL on the front of it and it says just wow on the back. Because, I mean, this is just crazy.
And Wolf's a rookie in our league, isn't he?
No. Eric Wolf's raced us for years. I think this is his, 4th year he's raced with us. He just doesn't... He hasn't raced a full season that I know of, as far as trying to contend for a championship. Except, and I don't know, don't quote me on that. I think he did run 1 season, full season, him and Anthony Burroughs. But to see either one of those drivers come out and compete in this league, you're gonna get a show. This is what you're gonna get. Entertainment. This is entertaining. I mean, even though, we're not showing too many other drivers. I mean, if you want me to, I'll go through the field. Come back here to Taylor Butcher Benjamin, who's riding around in 10th position. And then we got Mike Lemon. There's nothing really going on as far as passing anybody for positions or anything like that. The closest for position would be actually Matt Burgess in the 67, And Mike Lemon, that pass right there, being for position, Mike Lemon going to take it over. And then we got Evan Rice, just got passed by Bill Edwards. Evan Rice tagged the wall and is going to make the crossover move back. And he did that after tagging the wall. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of momentum or passing going on here as Harmon makes his way around Mike Lemon, just as I say that. But that's not even for position. That's just Thomas Harmon putting gaining some ground on Larillo and Eric Wolf. So now we get back up front with Larillo. 10 seconds. That gain has slowed down considerably. I mean, he was getting 2 seconds a lap. Now he's just getting about 4 or 5 tenths of a second a lap. So the gain that Larillo was getting has been cut down considerably. 25 laps to go in this run. Larillo has 25 laps to make up 10 seconds and to make a pass for the lead. As this man right here, Eric Wolf, if you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, it's only one stop race here at Rockingham for 175 laps. Trying to pull off the impossible, a one-stop race here at Rockingham and pull off the win.
Yeah, Larillo only gained 2 tenths that time by. I don't know that he's going to have time just with that minimal gain to make up almost 10 seconds.
Well, he definitely burnt them tires up running the early part of this run. But, I mean, it's a win-lose situation there. You have to go hard and go fast. But at the same time, you can't gain any ground if you don't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he could have just went out there and tried to save his stuff and gain at the same time. You got to make a choice to do one or the other. Save your stuff and hope for a yellow to try to get this thing won at the end, or go hard and try to make up as much time as possible on Eric Wolf and hope you have enough to pull it off at the end.
Yeah, bottom line, I think he just, I don't want to say he outsmarted the field, but there's definitely a wolf in the hen house instead of a fox.
Well, that is for sure. And this is not the first time he's done something like this. Either fuel mileage somebody out or out pit strategied him. And that's just sounded funny coming out of my mouth, but he strategized that, as DW would say.
Out strategized them.
Yeah, and you know, my initials are DW, right? He strategized him. And that lead is not being closed down much at all. So
I mean, to sum up what Dave was trying to say, everybody, we've only got 3 cars on the lead lap at this point, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken in what I just saw, Wolf actually gained some seconds on Harmon. So Harmon is actually dropping back a bit. I don't think he's, and I don't think there's any chance that Harmon's going to go a lap down as well. But we're just looking at a guy completely dominating this race tonight.
And he actually gained on Larillo as well. Just as I said that, Larillo makes it back up. But still, I mean, this is just crazy. It's not going to take him long to end up doing it. I don't see Larillo pulling this off. I don't see him having the speed here at the end. Eric Wolf is going to have to start really losing some tire wear in order for Larillo to pull this off. And if I know Eric Wolf like I do know him, he is not he's not worried about it. Now lap traffic here that he's having to work through now, and these guys racing for position. Now these guys are racing for position in front of him. Musial is making that pass, and if I'm not mistaken, no. But Burgess and Taylor Butcher Benjamin are racing for position right in front of Musial. So once Eric Wolf gets his pass made on Dustin Musial, he'll have to contend with drivers fighting it out for positions. And that's if Eric Wolf can actually gain on them. And Kevin Dick looks like he actually might make it back to the lead lap. Haven't talked much about him since the James Larillo situation. But he's got Ben Izinga right there. This is for position. These two drivers right here are racing for position. This is 4th and 5th. And they are gaining on Eric Wolf. So if they can make the pass, both of these drivers will make it back on the lead lap. They will not be able to win this race. There's no way in the world that they win this race without a yellow flag after making it around Eric Wolf. But still, you got to give your hats off to them if they can at least get around him and make it to the top 5 and get back on the lead lap. Larillo is still gaining, but he's just not gaining enough. We're going to have 12 laps to go. He's going to need to gain almost 2 seconds a lap if he's going to pull this off, and I just don't see that happening. Wow, Musial, not for position, but looking to try to make that pass on TBB, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. This in front of the leader. And when you got a car that's 5 laps down like that, all over the back end of a car that's only 1 lap down, that's got to worry you a little bit, don't you think there, Rod?
Yeah, that would make me awfully nervous having somebody that many laps down, fighting for position and trying to get around somebody.
Yeah, and in front of the leader?
I don't fault the guy for racing hard at any point in the race, but it would certainly make me nervous.
Yeah, he's doing this in front of the leaders, and the leader has caught him. He's there. Wolf is there. He is looking to try to extend his race. And the only way I see Larillo, well, Musial gives him the room to do it. But as I was getting ready to say, the only way I see Larillo doing anything to gain enough ground is that these cars are going to have to hold up Eric Wolf. And I don't see that happening. As it looked to me like Larillo just lost time to Eric. Last lap by, Larillo run a 25.2.8. Eric run a 25.4.3.
Yeah, as we approach 10 to go, he would need at least a second a lap, and there's no way he's getting that.
Or a wreck. Now, a wreck will will sort things out for him. Izinga's there. He has made it to the back end of Thomas. I mean, to the back end of Wolf, so he has a shot at getting back on the lead lap with 5 to go. So Eric Wolf is going to do the unthinkable. Minus getting wrecked here, or a yellow flag coming out. We've had actually no yellow flags. It's a completely green flag race here tonight with a pit strategy that was unthinkable. Eric Wolf did it on one stop. Started this race second. He's going to come home the winner, short of no yellow flag and no wreck. Kevin Dick looking to make it on the lead lap by passing him here. This is just to say he finished on the lead lap in 5th position. Oh, don't push up. Wolf can just coast. 4 seconds. Larillo, it's only 4 seconds back, but he's going to need a miracle. 2 laps to go. You know, catching him and passing him now at this point is just a mute. Final lap.
No, he's not even going to catch him at this point.
A little bit of delay there for my final lap. Whoa, don't do that. Light got sandwiched right there at the end. This race is over. Larillo did a heck of a job. He tried to make it work. Thomas Harmon did an excellent job. Come dead last and is going to end up finishing this race in 3rd. But the story, Eric Wolf, it's unbelievable at how he was able to pull this off.
I'm almost speechless. I mean, all I can think is wow. You know, I mean, I don't know how. I don't know how he did it. I mean, it's amazing.
Well, let's see. Let's grab. I think we'll work our way down after. Work our way up after we watch Eric Wolf do a little bit, couple burnouts, tear that thing up.
Oh, he deserves to burn them down after tonight. That was amazing.
So we got 2 S2R drivers and Eric Wolf from Dysfunctional Patriots. I'm not sure if he's actually going to burn them down or not.
Doesn't look like it.
He probably don't want to tear his car up. Let's grab Thomas Harmon real quick and get him up in here, and we'll work our way up to Eric Wolf. As soon as I can get everything going. Mr. Harmon, my man, like starting last and walking up through the field. You there?
Just where I got you.
Well, talked to you earlier this evening. Was you expecting the race to go like this? A one-stop race from Mr. Wolf?
I did not. I didn't. I was hoping that it might be a one stop, but we were talking about it and decided to 2-stop it. Because normally the one stop doesn't work out for me, but worked out for Wolf this time. Congrats to him for the win. Yeah, I really didn't expect it to go green start to finish.
Well, I kind of did, to be honest with you. I seen drivers practicing green flag pit stops during the practice, so that let me know that, we didn't have a really small field. We did have 20 cars that started, but still, I kind of expected you know, short of somebody slamming the outside wall and marching down the track in front of somebody, that pretty much we'd have a single file, follow the leader kind of race. But, you know, this I did not expect.
Yeah, I knew if we could get spread out at the start, we could have a good shot at doing it. I know that the front 4 or 5, I don't know what it was, got off to quite the jump on everybody else because they did make a little bit of contact, and I was expecting something to come out of that, so I was holding myself back. And hindsight tells me I shouldn't have done that, and I should have just went for it. But yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting it to go green start to finish.
5 drivers finished it on the lead lap. Amazing that happened. Shout outs, man. I know you got them. Get them in, get them out.
Shout out to you up in the booth for broadcasting it week in, week out. And any other co-broadcasters you happen to have for the week. Shout out to the drivers that come out every week and allow us to run these races with at least a decent sized field. To the fans that watch every week, the DRL admins in race control, as to our teammates working together each week, Avril for being on the hood, Spotter Dimitri, and Only Originals Esports for allowing me to be part of the team.
Now, where do we go next week? That wouldn't be. Would it be? Would it be our race next week? Dega. What do you think the odds are there? Crapshoot. Personal win. What?
Well, I hope to walk out of there with a win, but realistic expectations, I'm hoping for a top
Top what? 3, 5, 10?
5.
Okay.
You're going to start from the back again, Thomas?
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Excellent.
Next track I'll qualify out will be Dover.
We absolutely love watching you march through the field every week in, week out, man. It's amazing.
Now I'm gonna give you fair warning. I don't know if it's a plausible thing, but I'm telling you, stay out of the truck race. That's my baby.
I ran a truck race, I think it was last week or a week ago. I don't remember what track it was at. I think it was Chicagoland. And I was not a fan. It made me sick, and they were just too easy to drive, so I'm not going to mess with C-Fixed anymore.
Thank you. I might have a shot at winning then. Anyway, Harmon, appreciate it, my man. Look forward to seeing you at Talladega next week, starting from the back, coming back and winning that thing. Anybody can do it. We know you can. Congratulations on your top 3 finish, my man.
Thank you, sir, and have a good night.
Yes, sir. Now, where's...
Lorillo?
Yeah, I will need to get Harmon back down into... There. Now, I'm having trouble getting... Alright, I'll get Lorillo now. I got so much going on my screen, it's just unreal. Mr. Lorillo, you got a copy, my man?
Gotcha, man.
Day late and a dollar short. That's your story almost always. Walk us through it, my man.
Yeah, I thought I could catch Eric there, but I just didn't put enough good, clean laps together. Great run by him, saving fuel and being able to run that pace. I needed a few more laps, man, but hopefully I'll beat him one of these days. I don't know, long season. I got a long way to go. See if I can pull one off.
Well, we thought you had a shot here tonight. I don't know. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't believe that anybody's actually won Rockingham from the pole here. And unfortunately, that might have been a jinx for you. I hate to jinx you like that, but I was not expecting Eric Wolf to pull that off either. You know, that's just amazing what a run he run. But you yourself did a fantastic job here tonight. Thought you had a chance there. Only 4 seconds off. So another 10 laps, you may have been able to pull that off.
Yeah, I was catching about 3/10 a lap there, and I just didn't run hard enough in the beginning. I was trying to save a little bit, and then he was saving, and so if I wanted to run a little harder, I think I would have got close.
Well, thoughts and concerns going into Dega?
Well, it's Dega. Hopefully I can survive. But you know, if I keep pulling off these top 5s, that would be great, but I got to get a win here.
Well, Rod, you picked him tonight to win, so you got anything for him?
No, hell of a run though, James. I mean, I was right there with Dave. I thought you might be able to catch him there, the way you were gaining on him. But I ran inside your cockpit and watched for a while, and you were really pushing it and burning him off, man.
Yeah, I just had to push, and he was so good at pacing himself. I mean, really, really good. So, hats off to him for that win. But sorry I didn't pull that pick through for you. Maybe next time.
Well, shout outs, man. Get them in, get them out. We know you got them.
Yeah, thanks to everybody at S2R and the whole team. Great top 5 finishes here for me, Thomas, and Ben. And thanks to you all in the booth and JP for putting it on. Glad we raced Rockingham. That was a fun one. So I'll see you guys next.
All right, JL. We'll see you next week at Talladega, my man.
See you guys.
See you, James.
Pop him down back into S2R, and we will grab Eric Wolf from Dysfunctional Patriots. Awesome run here tonight. Mr. Wolf, my man, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You don't want to tear that car up? I mean, it's paid
No.
for. Awesome run, man. Awesome run. One tire stop was not gonna. If anybody told me you was gonna be able to pull that off, I'd have told them they were crazy. But you proved me wrong every week in and week out. Walk us through that race, man. Walk us through your thinking in that race.
Yeah, so right from the start there, those guys took off pretty quick ahead of me, Lorello and Kevin there. So I was kind of just running what I felt like I needed to run to be good on my original plan was to do a 2-stopper, pit on lap 58. So I was planning on catching him right around lap 58. Started reeling in Lorello slowly. I caught him right around 58. As soon as I passed him, he then pitted. And I looked at my drop off, and I still wasn't even a second lap slower. So I was thinking maybe that extra pit stop, I might be able to do it based on the pace I had. So I stuck with it. And then I was actually short on fuel. I ran the fuel out on the first stop, so I had to quit shifting that second run and I knew I would have a cushion, so I was just backing up the corners, taking it really easy that second run, barely shifted at all. But he had me a little bit worried there at the start when he was chipping me off 7/10 a lap, but eventually wore his stuff out a little bit. So yeah, it worked out.
Well, he only did that for about 10 laps, and then the drop off just cut in half. So, what really amazed me is that you were downshifting. I don't run this track downshifting. Of course, that might be my problem. But that just really amazed me that you was downshifting. And does that not help burn off fuel too as well?
It does burn off fuel. It was about 5. No, so I had 5 laps left at the end of that run, so it was a lap longer. So it's about 6 laps shorter for the course of a fuel run. So yeah, it definitely burns a little more fuel. But getting that little bit of catch there in the rears helps me turn it over, and then I can get on the throttle pretty hard and help rotate the car a little bit because it's really hard to rotate this car here. It just wants to push, push, push. So it helped me conserve tires a little, helped me conserve the right front. You wear the rears a little bit more, but that's not a big deal. It actually is a good thing. I talk about that week in and week out with this car. You got to save that right front.
Right. Well, you know better than I do. Awesome job that you do week in and week out. Win number 5, if I'm not mistaken. 3 in a row. You gonna come back and just do Talladega and make it 4 in a row?
I don't think I have ever won a plate race, and I don't see my luck changing there. I'll just try to hopefully get the team up there. Hopefully one of my teammates can win it and push them to a win, but I do not plan on winning those races. I just try to survive. If I can finish top 5, it's a great day for me at a plate.
Well, if you can finish a race at a plate race, it's a great day. That I can tell you for sure. But awesome job. Rod, you got anything for him?
And all I've got for you, Eric, is and I lost track after your first run. The number of times Dave and I just said, "Wow," and truly amazed at what you were able to pull off tonight. It's phenomenal. Hats off to you, man.
Thanks. Yeah, a little bit of tire conservation worked out for me. If I'd have been running a little bit harder, that wouldn't have been possible. But it was just disciplined enough. So yeah, I've had it bite me before too. I think back a year or two ago at Phoenix, I tried doing the same thing and it crushed my hopes at a win there. So yeah, I was on the right side of it this time.
Well, shout outs, man. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
All right, David, good to have you back again. So yeah, thank you to you guys there for putting on the broadcast all the time. JP for putting on the league. My teammates, TBB, Mike Springer, Richard Springer, always up there in the spotting stand helping out, giving me lap times and telling me what guys are doing. So that's very helpful. And then everybody really raced pretty clean. I mean, we had a all green race from drop of the green to the checkered flag. So that's really awesome. So yeah, good job for everybody giving each other good respect and getting through this thing.
Well, I was kind of hoping to get my timing screen to close out before everything went through, so I could get some credits and everything through. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen for me this evening. Mr. Wolf, a phenomenal job here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you back here next week at Talladega. Congratulations on your win, my man.
Sounds good. Thanks again.
Yep, we'll put you back down in
See you, Eric.
Dysfunctional
See ya.
Patriots. And as I said, I'm trying to get something to work, but ATVO's locked up. I even downloaded a patch this afternoon, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. So no credits, no information. Our truck broadcast is going to be tomorrow night. It is going to be at Richmond. I don't remember how many laps it's going to be or anything like that. Join us tomorrow night for our Richmond race in the truck series. Next broadcast in this series will be at Talladega. Will be next week. Look forward to seeing that. Look forward to racing it in the trucks next week as well. So that's my only shot at making it into the playoffs, Rod. Might have to take you out to do
it.
it.
Looks like tomorrow night's going to be 150 laps at Richmond. 150 laps under the lights.
Cool. So it's a night race. Well, Rod, awesome race, awesome job. Look forward to seeing you back here next week, broadcasting the Talladega race with me, my man.
I look forward to it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, want to thank everybody who shows up week in and week out to run these races. Want to thank you as the fans who show up for DRL TV. Want to thank James Pandolf for putting it on, Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez for our technical and graphical departments. Want to thank the broadcasters, myself, Rod Fossenall, Ben Izinga, JP. Got to thank the administrators, myself, James Pandolf, and Martin Wenzel. Thoughts and concerns, hit us up. I mean, you can get in touch with JP through the website. And if you're a driver, we're in red. Simple. Just right-click our name, send us a message. If you got thoughts and concerns, questions, just want to hash out something, let us know. Other than that, want to thank everybody who comes in and week out for Dynasty Racing League to make this happen. And with that being said, stay clean, stay safe, and let's get America back to work. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good night and God bless from Dynasty Racing League. Stay safe, stay clean. This is David Wellborn signing out.
Good night, everybody.